And one of those teams, of course, highlighted the Montreal Canadiens. They've been pretty busy. Kent Hughes, his first go at the rodeo here. He's done pretty well for himself. He's addressing the media right now in Montreal.
How do you evaluate the work that you guys were able to do in the lead up to this, and where do you feel this takes you as you move forward here?
We knew we were going to trade Ben Sherratt. Tyler was done quite a while ago at this point in time. We did it because we thought the return was the right return. Ben was the one player we knew we were going to trade. That was done. We were happy with the return on it. The other two were really, we didn't actively call teams. Calls came in when we got to a point where we thought, for one reason or another, it was the right time or the right offer to do it. We made those decisions. Typically, when you're trading at the trade deadline, you're not really making hockey trades because the team you're trading with is not looking to subtract from their roster. But we also now have, a substantial number of picks, and we can make determinations at that point in time whether we use them or whether they're part of a trade process in the future. And I think, again, it'll always, we've talked about the flexibility and not be locked into this is just how we're going to do things. So we have them, we'll evaluate. We might draft and use every pick. We might trade picks, and that might be for a future, for another pick in a different draft, or it could be for a player or prospect. So we will continue to advance anytime we can advance the timeline here to putting a playoff contending team on the ice. We'll do it.
When we spoke recently, you said that you don't have to do everything overnight here or before the trade deadline comes. Now you're reaching a different segment of this process in your build. Did you have a chance to speak to Jeff Petrie, give him a sense of what went on today and what the future holds for him with his trade request pending? And
I spoke with him before today and just said, hey, we're going to try. We'll see. Term contracts starting with a larger number aren't a little bit harder to do at the trade deadline because the teams that are looking to trade don't typically have that kind of cap space. So I told him, I said, hey, if it happens, it happens. We value you as a player here in this organization. We're not looking to trade you. We understand the circumstances, so if we can do it, we'll do it. But I don't want you to have any false expectations going in. So I have not talked to him today, though.
Okay. You think he'll be okay moving forward now with just remaining here for the remainder of the season? What would you like to see from him over the next 90 years?
Yeah, man, I think he's been a long-time NHL player. He's a pro. We're not playing in the playoffs at this point. I don't know if we're mathematically eliminated yet, but we're comfortable that we're not going to play. So he's got whatever it is, 5 weeks left in the season, and he'll be able to return and join his family. And we hope over the course of the summer that, like I said, we can accommodate as long as it's a trade that also works for the Montreal Canadiens.
Can't further to that. Did you have conversations in the last few days or weeks that perhaps laid the foundation for that type of hockey trade for Jeff Petrie this summer, if not now? Obviously not now.
Difficult question to answer. I don't want to. I can't get into specifics about conversations I've had with teams or anything of that nature that didn't materialize in something tangible. And I think things that are discussed in March aren't always necessarily there in June or July. But yeah, we had conversations with teams about it. So I guess in a simple way, I'd say yes, but that's about all I can give you.
Same thing with regards to Shea Weber too, is considering, like you said, that you came close to trading him today.
Mm-hmm. I'm relatively optimistic that we'll be able to do something, but again, I've always felt in this business that nothing's done until it's done, and it's done when there's a trade call and it's completed, and that's why we can't talk about Brett Kulak right now.
When Jeff Gorton took over, he said there wasn't going to be a coaching change this year. That changed. I'm just wondering, with what Marty's done since he's come in here, how much that changed your thinking going into today and moving forward as far as maybe rebuilding or resetting, whatever it is, faster than maybe you guys first anticipated when you came here?
Well, my early on, we went on that road trip. I think I joined the team in Vegas and then Colorado, Minnesota, and the first 2 games were pretty good, and then we took a licking against Minnesota, and then we took quite a few thereafter, which led to the coaching change. At that point in time, kind of felt like we were pretty far away. A lot of players have been better, so I think again we're gonna, if we can make moves to improve our team and improve our competitiveness earlier and quicker, we're gonna do that. It's very hard, again, I think, in this business to come out and say it's gonna go here to here to here to here. So we're gonna continue to talk. I think conversations can lead to opportunities, and we're gonna have a lot of conversations. There's no question that we think we've got a really good coach. And we're going to try to give him the players to be successful as soon as we can.
I don't know if you'll have time today before the game to address the team as a whole, but do you plan to address them as a whole, talk about what happened today and just moving forward, what it means for them as a group?
Yes, but I would certainly defer to the coaches in terms of pre-game preparation. If not, it would probably be something that's post-game or at a practice facility or whatever not.
And what will your message be to them after what happened today?
It'll be what the message has been from the minute we announced Marty. Like, we're not here to roll over and finish dead last and try to get the first pick this year, next year, and things. That we are going to try to improve this team and put ourselves in a position to compete on a sustainable basis. I don't mean to be repetitive and kind of say the same thing, but I think these guys are pros and they've been through it. They understand that when you're in last place, you might take a step backwards in order to take a step forward.